sometimes the best ideas.
Okay, I'm about this.
So you were starting to tell me something about your benefits.
Well, we have a lot of families that come into affirmations all the time. That
Oh
have lost
yeah, I
their-
know. I go there. I'm a member there. That's why I asked you, when do you think we'll get them back?
I don't think we're going to get them back until we elect more progressive representatives in this House.
You don't think Snyder will do it?
Absolutely not.
Snyder is homophobic.
Snyder already took away the...
Snyder is homophobic.
Morning, Dave.
Hi, how are
Carl.
you?
I'm
Good to
fine,
see you,
thank you.
Carl. It's nice to see you.
Good to
Thank
see
you
you
for
too.
coming today.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for setting it up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was all the community.
Tired of being second-class citizens in this state.
I don't believe in much grass.
Homophobes and must go.
Carol, how are you?
Oh, hi, Jay. Good to see you too. You know, Kat and I were
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality!
Thank you.
Now! What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality!
I saw you and I wanted to come and
What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Equality! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Equality! When do we want it? Now! Families matter. Gay families matter. And that's why we're here today. And I just want you guys to remember Joseph Kress and Gary Palmer. They're part of our community and they deserve to have everyone know that gay families matter. Thank you guys.
Everybody give it up for Jen Sue. Gay families matter. All right, we're in Harvard. Y'all, check this out. So here's what's going on. These are legislators that are coming out this door over here, right? Some of y'all know what they look like. When y'all see them walk out, y'all start chanting gay families matter at them so they get the message. Because we need them to hear us. The reason they keep attacking us is because we don't push back. We have to fight the apathetic point of view of our community that voting doesn't matter, because it does. Because if we didn't have Governor Snyder as our governor, he wouldn't have had to sign, we wouldn't have had him sign that bill. And now we're in a much worse predicament than we would have been if he wouldn't have been governor. So we can change that by voting and coming out to our families and encouraging people and letting them know that our families matter. And yes, LGBT people do procreate. We have children, don't we? We take care of other people's children, don't you? Yes. We take care of our families in a lot of cases when our families don't take care of themselves. We matter and our families matter, and it's time that we speak up and let people know that. So when we see these folks walking out this building over here, who's ever speaking, they might have to hold off for a second so y'all can chant at them that our families matter. And if you need to follow them over to that building across the street, follow them. Because we have a permit to be out here until 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. And we need to chant everybody down. Got it? All right. What families matter? Gay families matter. Whose family matters? Gay families matter. All right. Next to the microphone, I'm going to invite Jay Kaplan from the ACLU of Michigan. Y'all give up. Where's Jay at? Here.
He's back here hugging.
Jay's hugging to give me some LGBT love. Come on up here, Jay.
Good morning, Dolly.
Give it up for Jay Kaplan. These weren't here in Lansing, Florida.
I am. Is it working?
You gotta press that. Can you hear it? No, I'm not a great cheerleader, but I wanted to talk to you briefly. You probably know that about 2 weeks ago, we filed a lawsuit over the law that the bill that Governor Snyder passed.
Thank you.
Well, we have to do it because Michigan is the only state in the country that has a law that says that public employers can't cover same-sex partners, not based on their relationship,
for health insurance just on the fact that they happen to be same-sex partners. Clearly a discriminatory law, clearly an unconstitutional law. But I think what's so important today, what we have to do is we have to look at what our challenges are in our state. And this year is an election year, 2012. We need to vote. Not only do we need to vote, we need to vote informed. We need to know what are the records of our legislators on these bills, who signed these things, who support these things, and we need to vote intelligently. And we need to let our family members know.
Gay families matter! Gay families matter! Gay families matter!
Our state civil rights laws do not cover sexual orientation and gender identity. It's legal to be discriminated in Michigan for being LGBT. We have a constitutional amendment that says not only can gay people not get married, but our relationships can't be recognized by the state or any local government for any purpose. We have one of the most broadest prohibitions in the country. Our hate crimes laws don't include sexual orientation and gender identity, despite the fact that LGBT people are disproportionately victims of hate crimes. And even though there's not a law that says that gay people can't adopt, most judges interpret the adoption law as requiring that you must be married. And since gay couples can't get married, in Michigan they can't provide their children the protection of two parents. So that's a long list of things that we have to do. But we have to start. We have to start talking to our elected officials. We have to let them know about issues that are important to us. And we also have to start talking to people who would be allies to the LGBT community, our friends and our family members who also vote in elections. They need to talk to our elected officials. So this is an important start, and it's great that you guys are here today, and we have to let our voices be heard, and let them be heard loudly. Thank you.
Give it up for Jay Kaplan, y'all. We need more good team lawyers. So if you think you need to go to law school, you need to go ahead and do it, because we need more, y'all.
Jay Kaplan for governor!
Jay Kaplan for governor. We're going to fund that battle right there. There we go. There we go. So how y'all doing? Y'all okay? Right. Whose family matters?
Gay families matter!
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Homophobia's got to go. 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 Y'all sound pretty good. Y'all need to voice. That's nice. All right, so every movement needs several good elements, right? We got the legal element with the ACLU of Michigan. We have the grassroots folk that community centers have access to because we're providing y'all social services each and every day because we're at the front lines. We also have the media component here. I want to invite Jan Stevens and Susan Horwitz to the microphone. These are the publishers of Between the Lines newspaper, our statewide LGBT publication. Y'all give them up.
I've been working on it and writing about it for over 25 years. You've seen successes, you've seen defeats, you've seen mean-spirited attacks on our community, you've seen ups and downs. It's been an emotional roller coaster. But I have to say that in my 25 years of work, I've never been this pissed. Republicans have declared war on our families and on our community. The message that I get from them is that we shouldn't even have families. I say enough is enough, and we're going to fight back. This latest attack, taking benefits from public employees, is the latest in a barrage of obnoxious attacks that say loud and clear, pure Michigan means pure of the gays. We've all heard, and BTL has reported extensively, on the negative economic consequences of public policy like this. It is an inevitable brain drain that follows discriminatory public policy. The best and the brightest young people are turned off and they'll leave. Fact, last year was the first year that fewer people came to Michigan to go to college than left Michigan to go to college. We're becoming less competitive, less talented, and less creative. So Republicans in the legislature, you have the power, and you have a problem. People are leaving Michigan. You should be doing everything to keep them here, not sending them away. But I have some news for the Republicans in charge of Lansing right now. You have a much bigger problem, and that's me. Because I'm coming after you. I will be loud and active and persistent. I will not let you get away with these vicious attacks, and I will fight you in the press, in the halls of government, and at the ballot box. Come join me.
Gay families matter. Gay families matter.
Next up on the microphone. Next up on the microphone, we have literally the most progressive community in the state of Michigan. They have a community center named after a young man that I love, adore, and respect. Probably not as young as he used to be back in the 60s, but you know what? He has more energy than most of us out here. The center in Ann Arbor is named after him. Please welcome Terry McGinn, the executive director or the president of the board of the Jim Toy Community Center in Ann Arbor.
Greetings from Washington County, from Ann Arbor, and planning the whole town. I am happy to live in a progressive community that understands that all families matter, including gay families. I'm happy to be from a community that has made legislation locally to protect the equality of all people. And I'm very proud to represent the Jim Toy Center, named after a man who has been fighting for the equality of all people regardless of their identity or orientation, fighting for 40 years for that equality. But I am neither happy nor proud to be served by a state legislature, the majority of whom just don't get it. It's embarrassing to see our neighbor Great Lakes states like New York and Illinois making huge steps forward while Michigan strides backward. It's befuddling to me that our state legislators don't understand that diversity, not discrimination, builds a strong economy. And it just plain makes me mad that our state legislators are sending a message to so many of our citizens, especially our gay teens, that they don't matter, that they are second class and they are not entitled to the equality that everyone else is entitled to.
No more second class.
So we have come up today from Washington County to say to our state legislators, we know who you are, we saw what you did, and we don't like it. We're going to work with people like Jay Kaplan in the courts of this state, in the courts of our nation, and in the court of public opinion to overturn this regressive and oppressive legislation. There's one more thing that needs to be said by those of us who are from Washington County. Rick Snyder lives in Ann Arbor. During the last election, there were some moderates and even some progressives who didn't work as hard as they might have to defeat Rick Snyder because he presented himself as one of us, as an Ann Arborite and as somebody who was the voice of moderation.
We're on to that now.
We won't be fooled in the next election. Governor Snyder, that won't happen again. I just want to finish by reading a note from Jim Toy, who came here today because of health concerns.
Which way will you
Hold on a second.
Okay. All in on the creek.
Jim sent us this note this morning and said, thanks. Greetings and thanks from Jim Toy, the organizers of today's rally. Apologies to all for my being absent because of health issues. Thanks to all who have for so many decades supported our human and civil rights and liberties. Go Rainbow and keep on keeping on. Jim is sort of famous for his chants, some people, when they first meet Jim Toy and hear some of these chants, look like, is this guy for real? But he's quite for real. So he sent us a few to pick from. The one I have picked for us to chant today is 3579. Same-sex benefits are just fine. So here we go to honor Jim Toy.
3579. Same-sex benefits are just fine. 3579. Same-sex benefits are just fine. 3579. Same-sex benefits are just fine.
Y'all know who's based in Midland, don't y'all? The American Family Association of Michigan. Y'all know that acronym, don't you? AFA. They have more influence than we do as an LGBT community in this state capital. Can you believe that? Who do you think pay more taxes than they do? We do, right?
We do.
Whose house is this? Whose house is this?
Our house.
Y'all need to prove it during the next election. Whose house is this?
Our house.
That's right. It's our house. Who's next on there? And before I do that, come here, Meg. This young lady's real shy. But she's an actress, right? Me and her are partners in crime and running programs at Affirmations.
Yay!
And when the community centers decided that they wanted to pull together a quick strike rally here in the state of Michigan, I counted. There's over 150 y'all out here. We expected to have about 20. And this is a good showing. And it's cold. So, we're going to keep this puppy moving. I just want to introduce y'all to Meg Hollowell, who helped pull a lot of this together. A lot of these signs and chants were developed by her, and she's working really hard to make sure that our Michigan LGBT Community Center network is functional and effective over the course of the next couple of years working with Unity Michigan. Meg Hollowell, y'all. All right, moving forward, we have. All right, this organization is another spoke in the wheel of what it's going to take to make change in Michigan. We have media with Between the Lines. We have the legal experts with the ACLU of Michigan. We have all of your community centers here. I like that sign.
I was talking about
Great. And we also have our statewide equality group that's doing a lot of lobbying here in Lansing. They have their own office here in Lansing on a regular basis, talking and having daily conversations with these legislators. They also have a field director who's doing a lot of this statewide organizing around the non-discrimination ordinances in Traverse City and Holland, what's happening in Flint. Y'all welcome this young man to the microphone. It is going to be you, right, Roland? Y'all, please, welcome. Roland Leggett, field director, right? He's always putting information out there online, and he's always at the community center meeting, or community meeting. His name is Leo Romo. Love you, Leo Romo. And everybody, when you get up here to speak, make sure you hold this close to your mic or to your mouth so that everybody in the back can hear you, because Ernie is out, he's out talking to us all, and he's out there on the street. Y'all see him? So go ahead, Leo. Give it to him.
Yeah, I'm Leo Romo. Larder.
Here's what we'll do. I'll hold the microphone, and you just push the button and talk, and let's see if this works. Thank you, Johnny Chicken!
Yeah. Okay, sound better? Yeah. My name's Leo from Saginaw, and I'm an advisor for receptions. That's the Saginaw Bay City Midland Gay Group. And also I'm the president for Cleveland Tri-Cities. Also, I'm not flying there, but this will be very brief. I'm also a father and a grandfather. And my granddaughter doesn't understand, because she's out, my granddaughter, she's 11. And but she doesn't understand why that grandpa I can't get married. Because my former wife, who's a friend, she very easily got married again. But I can't in Michigan. My granddaughter doesn't understand why Grandpa can't donate blood for other people. Others can do that easily. I cannot. My granddaughter does not understand why I can legally fired in Michigan. I don't understand that. My granddaughter does not understand why I could legally get out of my apartment. There's many things that my granddaughter doesn't understand. I don't understand. We have to change that. That's why we're here.
Right, Leo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leo. Leo's from Perceptions from the Tri-Cities area in Midland, and y'all know who's based in Midland, don't y'all? The American Family Association of Michigan. Y'all know that acronym, don't you? AFA. They have more influence than we do as an LGBT community in this state capital. Can you believe that? Who do you think pay more taxes than they do? We do, right?
We do.
Whose house is this? Whose house is this?
Our house.
Y'all need to prove it during the next election. Whose house is this?
Our house.
That's right. It's our house. Who's next on there? And before I do that, come here, Meg. This young lady's real shy. But she's an actress, right? Me and her are partners in crime and running programs at Affirmations.
Yay!
And when the community centers decided that they wanted to pull together a quick strike rally here in the state of Michigan, I counted. There's over 150 y'all out here. We expected to have about 20. And this is a good showing. And it's cold. So, we're going to keep this puppy moving. I just want to introduce y'all to Meg Hollowell, who helped pull a lot of this together. A lot of these signs and chants were developed by her, and she's working really hard to make sure that our Michigan LGBT Community Center network is functional and effective over the course of the next couple of years working with Unity Michigan. Meg Hollowell, y'all. All right, moving forward, we have... All right. This organization is another spoke in the wheel of what it's going to take to make change in Michigan. We have media with Between the Lines. We have the legal experts with the ACLU of Michigan. We have all of the community centers here. I like that sign.
I was talking that.
Great. And we also have our statewide equality group that's doing a lot of lobbying here in Lansing. They have their own office here in Lansing on a regular basis, talking and having daily conversations with these legislators. They also have a field director who's doing a lot of this statewide organizing around the non-discrimination ordinances in Traverse City and Holland, what's happening in Flint. Y'all welcome this young man to the microphone. It is going to be you, right, Roland? Y'all, please welcome Roland Leggett, field director.